Gen Z, 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 Gen Z.
Go back! How can you go back? Leave me alone. I'm not telling you, I'm not talking to you. Go back! Rudi nyuma. Na mimi sina haja na wewe. Niko na haja na Ruto. Niko na haja na finance bill. Niko na haja na ile mwananchi ambaye anateseka. Wewe unapata mshahara. Wewe unapata mshahara. Mimi sina mshahara. I am fighting for my life. Just go back! Go back! Go back! 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 Back!
A city's heart is meant to beat with commerce and commuters, but today, the heart of Nairobi beat to a different drum, a drum of defiance. What began as a murmur of dissent erupted into a full-blown confrontation. We take you through the day as it happened. By 9:30 a.m., this was the beginning, not with a roar, but with a quiet resolve. Small pockets of protesters mobilized online under hashtags decrying the new budget and demanding justice for activist Albert Ojwang began to converge on the city center. Their initial chants were peaceful, their purpose clear, to make their voices heard before the budget was read.
This is the last thing I want to say before I die tomorrow. They told us, go to school. Education is the key, they said. We sat in classes with no windows. We studied in torn uniform on empty stomachs. We believed them. Our parents believed them too. They gave everything. Sold cows, missed meals, broke their back just to see us wear that gown. And years later, here I am, graduated, jobless, hopeless. Turns out, the key only opens doors if your father knows someone. If your uncle is a big man, if your name already matters. And those of us without names, we stay outside, knocking, forgotten. Then they say, start a business. But even small dreams are not safe here. Kanjos will come, or even the goons they send. They won't just destroy your stall, they will scatter your future like trash. So, if I die tomorrow, maybe my parents will be given 2 million. Maybe that is more than I could ever give them alive. So, shoot me close range. Don't leave me like others, breathing but broken. Because in this country, we were told to dream, but never warned this would kill us. This country is not safe, not for people like us.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about something that is very huge, the explosive Gen Z led protest in Kenya. Now we're going to talk about the tens of thousands of young people marching again, how the government responded, what these protests really mean and why they're resonating across Africa and on social media. So stick around because this is one of the most important youth-driven political movements we've seen in years here in Africa and maybe in the diaspora. So on June 25th, 2025, downtown Nairobi was flooded with Gen Z protesters marking the first anniversary of last year's deadly anti-tax bill uprising. These ain't just idle demos. People remember over 60 lives lost, dozens disappeared during last year finance bill protests, sometimes even storming parliament. All right, it was brutal, and a year later the anger hasn't cooled. So what's driving to today's rage? First, there is the economic suffering. Kenya has around 60% youth unemployment. That's 2 out of 3 young people are out of work. Inflation is sky high on basics like bread, fuel, sanitary pads, and what have you. Remember last year's tax bill wanted to hike taxes even on essentials like sanitary pads, which triggered the uprising in the first place. Second, there is a just deficit. Take the recent death of Albert Ojwang, the 31-year-old teacher and blogger who died at the police station. That sent shockwaves, and this comes on the heels of dozens killed or disappeared by security forces in 2024. No one has been held accountable up to now. There is zero justice. So what does the state do? They thrive by crackdowns, police charged with live rounds, tear gas, water cannons, hundreds injured. At least two have been killed in regional cities like Matu. Today, as we talk, I've been washed by water cannons. I have cried because of tear gas today because I was in the streets. And there's been a media blackout. Traditional broadcasts were cut midday under Communication Authority of Kenya orders. YouTube streams, TikTok, Instagrams are playing the catch-up. Reporters warned they were being silenced, but here's the human element, because everyday citizens, hawkers, small business owners, helped by offering water, first aid, even food. Doctors, lawyers, entire communities have joined this movement. This is some fringe. This is not some fringe movement. It's a broad-based pan-ethnic cross class. And finally, Gen Z, unbranded, leaderless, digital, they don't follow politicians. We don't follow politicians here in Kenya as the young people. They are coordinated through hashtags like hashtag June 25th, hashtag Occupy State House, reject finance bill, Ruto must go, and share protest anthems and live streams. Social media is our weapon. We've even translated legal documents in our local languages and feed debate in memes, videos, and live audio. Despite attempts to throttle the internet and shut down Telegram, we've been using VPNs and scripted chats, memes armies. We are very agile, fearless, unstoppable, and at least for now, we're doing it for our country, So I'm now you asking yourself, like, why does it matter right now? So why should you care? Okay, because this movement is shaking power structures and changing the rules. It's inspiring young Africans in Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, across Africa to ask tough questions to the government. It's forcing governments to choose between dialogue or crackdown. It's redefining protest for the digital age. In a few minutes, I'll break down what might mean for Kenya's future, Ruto's presidency, and youth-led change in Africa. So let us dig deeper. And look back at the June 2024 finance bill revolt. Gen Z stormed parliament, defied tribal politics, forced Ruto to scrap the bill and fire his cabinet. Those were massive wins for mere young people. Fast forward to the anniversary and we see deeper currents. A generation has realized it has the power. Kenya's youth are no longer just voters. They are civic activists, watchdogs, and the concerns of a nation. But there is a tension. This movement is leaderless. That's empowering yet messy. Critics argue the lack of structure leaves it vulnerable to co-option or chaos. Without demands spelled out or negotiations, how will change stick? Okay, digital activism is brilliant, fast mobilization, bypassing controlled media, global sympathy, but it's also ephemeral. Rumors about massacres circulated like Githurai 200 killed claims, and mainstream outlets nearly repeated them until fact checks intervened. Right, that highlights the double-edged swords. Like viral videos boost visibility, but misinformation can spiral and authorities exploit fear. Still, influencers have become civic figures trusted more than traditional media. A survey showed digital influencers can sway narratives and opinions as much as legacy outlets. Right, it's a new media era. So Ruto's caught in a bind, and he now paints Kenya as a democracy, denies foreign interference, yet he silenced the media and deploys force. Listen to me, I come from Kenya, I'm here in Nairobi, I see these things every day. So whenever you see Ruto talk out there, just know that guy is lying. That duality undercuts his credibility, and his rhetoric of youth empowerment falls flat when arrests of digital activists and abductions continue under the Cybercrimes Act. His dialogue talk doesn't match actions. Like, Ruto is just a liar, guys. Don't fall for Ruto's trick, because the media blackout is not just censorship, it signals fear. They are shutting down coverage because they are scared of what the youth's reach might do. Traditional stations feeds went dark midday. All right. So Kenya's rebellion echoes the end SARS in Nigeria. Fees must fall in South Africa. Gen Z Kenya shows a Pan-African youth reckoning. Their decentralized digital resistance becomes a template because regional authoritarian coup, digital surveillance, shared security approaches are being met with shared youth defiance. This generation is drawing border with lines of code and solidarity. Okay, I know you'll be asking questions like, where do we go from here? So where do we go from here? Still, what's next? Yeah, without leadership, will demand crystallize into reforms. Okay, could the government offer genuine accountability, prosecutions, independent investigations? We don't hope for this because we know our government is lying, of course. So most importantly, can this moment birth institutions, youth run watchdog groups, civic training hubs, formal youth parliaments? Because if today is just protest, tomorrow needs structure to bind, to bind and build lasting change. So, guys, this is just what has been happening in the country right now, and people are still in the streets. They are trying to get to State House, and I know by tomorrow morning we shall have reached State House. I'll be updating you as more is to come. This is the Raspberry Review, and I've been your host for today, Sam. Peace out.